Hey guys, it's Frankie D, and welcome to the Real Radio Show 24/7 on YouTube. And hit that subscribe button, and also check out the realradioshow.com because RJ.
I, I'm going to tell you why. Because you can find all past content, all new content. You can find out all the stuff that we're doing online. And it's always good to check out all of our Patreons and all of our sponsors because they're really what keep us going. And you can keep us going too by always watching The Real Radio Show.
Hey, how cool is this? Robert Sweet on my Zoom, man. Brother from Stryper. How you doing?
Oh, thank you, buddy. I'm doing good. It's an honor to be here. It is early in Vegas, but it's all worth it. And summer's finally over. I look forward to fall every
Yeah.
year. And behind you, I'm looking out the window, beautiful palm trees blowing, and oh man, it's just a gorgeous day. So I think it's going to be a good day today, bro. So it's an honor to be here with you, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me. Yes, isn't this beautiful? I
It's a
mean,
long time coming, Robert. Long time coming. So tell me, what was the call like when you guys got the call, and what was the vibe behind it, man?
well, of course I was honored, and we're always surprised. I had always wanted an MTV Moon Man award, but I didn't think we were going to get one. So this is just as good. I think it even looks cooler. And it's just an honor. Stryper's been one of those bands that people like us, but the industry doesn't seem to like us. So it was, or at least some in the industry.
Right,
So it's
right.
such an honor for these people at the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame, to give this to us.
Skillet basically praised you guys. You
Oh,
know, Skillet basically said you guys paved the way to Christian rock. You are the grandfathers of Christian rock. How do you respond to that?
well, I think in one sense that is true. I mean, there were other bands out there that were doing Christian rock, but when we came out, believe it or not, we didn't even want to use the phrase Christian rock.
Right.
That wasn't what we wanted to do. We were, a regular rock and roll band out doing what, bands do, playing music and having a blast, but we did have a relationship with Jesus. So we wanted to do it different. And like, that's almost an impossible thing. That's a tall order. And you have to really mean it to do it because there's no way to pull it off if you don't mean it.
Right,
And
right.
so, even though we weren't the first Christian band, we were the first band to do it the way we did it. You didn't see Christian bands on MTV. You didn't see Christian bands, say, with, other bands like Great White or, Kicks or whoever. I mean, hundreds of them that opened for us. You didn't see
Right.
bands down in Hollywood selling out shows or doing, actual around the world tours like we did. So in one sense, I do think we are the grandfathers. And unfortunately, I think I'm at the age now where I could be called that as kind of a bummer. I'm now, and man, where did it all go? I could go for being 31 again, but you know what? Inside, I feel like I'm 31. All of us have had a little bit of wear and tear for doing it for 40 years and so many tours. Because even before Stryper, and I mean, we inked our record deal when I was 23, and I was the oldest guy in the band. My brother was the youngest, he was 20. So, but even before that, we were, as teenagers, Michael and I were out doing it. And, it does take a little bit of wear and tear on you, but I think we're still going good. And Yeah, my brother is a great singer. And you know, the funny thing about him is sometimes he thinks he can't hit those high notes. Like we'll be in
Yeah.
rehearsal and he'll say, "Oh, you guys, I don't know if I can do this." And just for the fun of it, he'll go do it. And it's like perfection. It's like, see, Mike, you're psyching yourself out. We did this big metal show in Europe. It was on the In God We Trust tours, 1989. And of course, it was like a death metal festival. Thousands of people there. I'm going to say half the crowd was Stryper fans, half the crowd were, fans of other metal bands. And you could look out in the crowd and see fistfights. And it was
Oh.
really violent, bro. You could see, gangs of guys showing up with baseball bats. So I was trying to put as much double kick in on every song as I could, and get the vibe. We were the headliners, but I
Wow.
remember doing a song where I saw my brother during the solo. He was playing the solo, and he threw his head forward, and right as he did, a gigantic chain with the padlock. I mean, huge chain, about 3 feet long, flew over his head. It would have
Wow.
killed him if it would have hit him. The
Wow.
only problem is it hit me. And
Oh man.
that chain came up and hit me on the left ankle, which is the one that bothers me today. I mean, these links were this big.
Wow.
The chain was probably at least 2 feet long and the padlock was huge. Anyways, this chain hits my left foot and I ducked down to look at what happened. And right as I did, someone threw a full jar of mayonnaise with the lid still on it, and it smashed on the wall behind me.
Wow.
So if my brother and I had not ducked, and this is one of the stories going in my future book, it would have killed us both on stage.
God forbid, man. God
I,
forbid.
I imagine getting hit in the head with a full jar of mayonnaise. I got some battle wounds, from jumping on the kit and laying on it and throwing stuff around and hanging from it and all that stuff.
And things that you still do today.
I still do today. Oh, yes. Here's another story that is amazing. A couple months ago, I thought my drumming career was over
Right.
because of my right shoulder. I've never had a problem with my right shoulder. It's always been my right back. And I could actually feel the minute I would sit down to play drums, I could feel the right side of my back like swelling up. It's very bizarre. Like I
Wow.
could feel it. Well, I went to go, have an MRI done and some x-rays done. And the doctor said, I don't think it's your back. It looks like it's your right shoulder, but the body sometimes has a way of, putting the pain in a different area. And
Wow.
he said, it looks to me for a long, long time, it could be years, it could be decades, you have played drums with your right shoulder disconnected.
Wow.
So much that it wore part of the round bone at the end, wore it flat. And it's like, how do you play drums with a disconnected shoulder? By the grace of God, but I'm still able to do it. We recently did a couple shows last month, kind of warm up. 2022 is going to be our time of getting out there and, hitting it bigger with the shows. But, I think I'll be okay, even though it bugs
You're
me.
gonna be okay, Robin. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be okay. All right. God is not done. God is not done with you guys yet, man. I mean, Oz, who went through brain surgery, okay, still with us. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Michael's voice. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you for you guys. God bless you guys. You guys are gonna be around for a long time. If Kiss could still carry on in their 70s, So can Stryper.
Yes, we
The
thought
difference is, people are gonna hate me for this. Michael Sweet can still sing. Oops.
he sure can. Let me tell you, he can sure. By the grace of God, all of us can still sing and play, and we're wanting to do the best job we can. And I think the future is going to be awesome. I mean, no one knows what the future is, but it's sure looking bright right now. I'll tell you what, how about I end with this? We've always said Stryper fans are the best, and we really mean that. I mean, I've seen some incredibly loyal people. There's one guy, I think he said he came to 107 Stryper shows, and this is around the world. So this isn't a local thing. And I just want to thank people like you and the wonderful fans who follow us and help us. And I don't even really like using the word fans. I try to use friends. So thank you, Stryper friends. You are what make it happen for us. And I had no idea that when I was in my 20s, that, 37 years later, how important the Stryper fan base would mean to me. I mean, you just don't know. You're young, you're doing music, you don't understand what these relationships and the people you meet, what they're going to mean to you. And I have to tell you, we have been so blessed to know so many wonderful people. And so I just want to give a big appreciations and to say thank you personally, and everyone else out there who stood behind us and who's there for us. Thank you very much.